Well, no question. Josh Allen and the Bills are in control right now, winning 6 in a row, of course, including their opening round win over the Pittsburgh Steelers in the postseason. But being in control in those games is perhaps a big indicator of that success, as their rushing attempts per game and their average time of possession all top 2 in the league since that win streak began. And for more context on this matchup, we get the pulse of the Bills and Chiefs now from Orchard Park, New York, which is not something we've been able to say very much in the history of a Mahomes versus Allen rivalry, Cameron Wolfe. And as we look at that QB matchup, how do you judge the significance of this game for those guys?
Yeah, Red, this one for me is about Josh Allen. This is such an opportunity for him to change the narrative of his game, of his team's game, of that they come up short but not get the final goal. And ultimately, Josh Allen has to look at this. This is the 7th time he's faced Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're 0-2 in the playoffs, including that 13-second game a couple playoffs ago. And he has an opportunity to do it at home. And he had a great answer yesterday when he was asked about the importance of going through the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl. He said they've been at the top of the mountain. And as a competitor, as a player, this is something you dream of. Our guys have been talking about this for a long time. And I thought it was such a great response because it wasn't your, this is just another game, because it's not. Josh Allen has to go through Mahomes. Mahomes has 2 Super Bowls, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 league MVPs. Josh Allen doesn't have any of those right now, but he is hot and he is at home. And there's one stat that I am highlighting. Josh Allen is 17-0, including the playoffs dating back to 2020 when he doesn't have a giveaway. I was at the game Monday. He didn't turn the ball over. He played really well. But what was notable coming after the game wasn't the coaches and players praising him for not turning the ball over. It was highlighting what he was when he was doing his game. There was a 52-yard touchdown run where Joe Brady said, if you try to hold Josh Allen back, you're probably doing him a disservice. And then you have Dalton Kincaid that says, I don't know when this becomes normal, but it's cool to watch, and he's the best quarterback in the league when he does stuff like that. And so they want Josh Allen to be Josh Allen.
Yeah, and look, maybe we're overhyping the fact that this game is in Orchard Park, New York, for just the 2nd time that Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes will bring their teams together and meet. But how would you judge the importance of it?
It's huge, Red. I'll take you into the locker room after the game Monday. I'm talking to Bills defensive tackle Ed Oliver, and he comes up and we're talking about the Chiefs, and he's like, man, I feel like Arrowhead has been my personal home locker room. We've played them almost every time, and if you look at the numbers, 5 straight games in Arrowhead the Bills have played. It's a weird scheduling quirk. He's like, he gets to come here, and he gave me a sport. And then earlier today, Deion Dawkins said, everybody always asks us how we're going to handle the crowd noise of Arrowhead. Now Pat Mahomes has to answer how will he handle the crowd noise. And I don't know what the answer has been because he hasn't ever been in this situation. And he ultimately ended it with this. He said, Pat has never been to Bill Stadium in full effect. Good luck. The only time Mahomes has been to Bills Stadium was COVID year in 2020 with no fans. And I'll tell you what, I was in Bills Mafia on Monday, how crazy they were in that snow game when it was hard to get to this stadium. Imagine what it's going to be like Sunday against Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're already telling fans we need shovelers Friday because we're having another snowstorm, but that's not going to slow Bills Mafia from trying to make it chaotic for Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I would imagine that atmosphere is turned up in intensity just a touch from a 2020 game with no fans right there in Orchard Park. Thanks very much, Cameron Wolfe, with the latest on the Chiefs and Bills.